So we're here now with Clive Nuthling from Ballance. And Clive, you're going to tell us about the new app that you've got here with Ballance.
Yes. So we started developing AgHub about 4 years ago.
AgHub.
Yes. Yep. During those 4 years, we started with our water module, and then every 4 to 6 weeks, we would take to develop a new application. And a big part of that is teaming up with farmers. And the tool we used, we prototyped the application that we were using, and we'd share that with friendly farmers, and they would put their input into the development of these applications. But a key part of it, and one of the key things that came across to us, is they wanted it to be simple to navigate, easy to use. Farmers are busy. They've had a hard day. When they come and look at the system, they want to be able to navigate it easily, and they want to just see the information needs to jump out of them. So the way we've done it is presented this information using maps, because it's something visual brings that information out, using charts, graphs, and it's another way of seeing that information, and then using tabular reports. So we're presenting that information in different ways, but also making it so that they can make their own deductions about the data. It's about using that data to help them manage their farms better. So that's a very key part of it.
So they punch in their own data?
No, this is the key thing. This is the huge value of AgHub. As I would say, there's about 95% of the data is automatically connected from sensors. Right? So if you can imagine on the farm, you've got a weather station connecting all the weather dynamics. You've got a soil probes collecting moisture and temperature, soil moisture, soil temperature. You've got water meters on the farm. You've got weigh scales, EID readers, milk sheds. You've got fertilizer being spread. You've got effluent irrigators, pivots, pods, travel irrigators. So all that data have sensors on them, and they've also, many of them also have GPS units on them. So we're not only collecting important data like how much water you're using or the temperature, but we're also collecting information about the position in which that data has been collected. So some of that data is also collected in what we call 1 metre cells. So for instance, the fertiliser that's been spread on the farm, because we've got a GPS unit, we can collect it by a metre cell. We use a feed reader that measures the height of the pasture. We're connecting that in the metre cell. So it's changing the paradigm in the way people farm, into moving from notebook to a new paradigm to precision farming. And that's what we call precision farming. It's because most of your data is connected by either GPS or sensors.
And the farmers are using this with the iPad out in the field?
At the moment, it's in the shed or in the home, and we're just in the process now in enabling this application to be used on the phone and on a tablet. So in the next couple of months, some of them are starting to use it now as they go through the beta test, but it will be ready in a couple of months' time. So and what we find is that it's the pressure coming from them, because they got access to this information now. They don't have to key it; it's automatically collected. They're starting to pull, their requirements, and trying to putting pressure on us to make improvements to make their life easier and make it more profitable for them. I think that's important. Make their business more profitable. It's not just the profitability side. It's this whole thing about farming sustainably, and the sustainable farming is how you manage your nutrients, how you manage your compliance, and at the same time make a profit. And we look after all aspects of that. The complete nutrient management, and the Alliance, obviously the balance ownership there is a huge part of that. And then the compliance side is your water consent management and your effluent management. So bringing all those pieces together, hopefully we bring the complete sustainable farming together.
You must have had a few trial farms before you cranked it all up?
Yeah, we sure did. We sure did.
Mostly dairy, using it, or?
All dairy, mostly dairy we're using it. And then some of the runoffs on those dairy farms helped us get into the dry stock area. But this year is going to be quite a big push in the dry stock area, and when we've mastered that, we'll move into the cropping area. But the idea was to master, area first, and certainly in the dairy there's a greater demand, for technology.
Yeah.
And you've got a lot of early adopters in that area, and without their help, we'd never have got there.
Yeah, and
And
quite
the
a few
patience
on board now.
Yeah, there's a lot of we've got about 350 paying, and then with the balance offer to their shareholders, there's a component of AgHub that they get free.
Yeah.
And the idea there is to introduce people to digital farming or precision farming.
Yeah.
Because when you look at AgHub and the paying version, it's overwhelming. It's to offer them.
Yeah.
And by offering them the shareholders the free version, an introductory version, it gives them the opportunity to try it, feel it, and make their own mind up about the value. Because at the end of the day, if people don't see the value, you're never going to. There's no point in even trying it or giving it away to them.
Yeah.
And and I'm always of the belief that if you don't pay for something, you'll pay for something if you perceive some value.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very, very important part of it. And that's our job, is to help people see that value. It's a bit of a challenge at time, but we're learning and we're getting better at it. And we've got a very low churn, very, very small. And Farm Right Group, they just every month. I looked the other day, and they're adding more farms as they're purchasing, because they're part of the super system. They look after the super farms.
Yep.
Obviously there's a superannuation fund. They want to make sure that the farming is done. Animal health's looked after, compliance is looked after, and they're productive.
Yeah.
And another aspect that I haven't brought up is, and it's a bit of a corporate term, but visibility. It's because New Zealand's moving towards investing, farming investment, away from the family farm and more to investors. Investors are wanting to know and get visibility of how that farm is performing.
So they can go online.
They can go online. So that's the beauty. It's a virtual. Imagine it's on the cloud. It's a virtual community. The manager or the owner can invite whoever they want to the farm.
Yeah.
It can be in Hong Kong, Bangkok,
and
the beach in Fiji. Log on to AgHub.
And you could have a discussion group.
And have a discussion group. Exactly right.
So it's brilliant, really, isn't it?
It is. And I suppose it's when you make information available to a larger group in an organisation, the pressure comes on.
Yeah.
The pressure to be compliant and productive. So you're not just got one person who's making the decisions. Now you're getting other people contributing to that decision to make it more profitable and sustainable.
Yeah.
So
if people want to see about it, just go to the website.
Just go to the website, we're building, and it's got some case studies there, some real case studies.
Yeah.
And these are the farms that have helped us, develop the product.
You got a few in Southland?
Sorry?
Have you got a few farms in Southland?
There's a few farms in Southland. Actually, Southland would be one of the biggest. Yeah, definitely. Southland, obviously, Canterbury, Waikato is starting to catch up, but Southland, without a doubt.
And you don't have to be a balanced shareholder?
You don't have to be a balanced shareholder. Definitely you don't have to be a balanced shareholder. We've got Ravensdown customers using our application.
Sounds good. Thank you very much, Clive.
Good. Pleasure.